Hi, I'm Bethany Wallace, Content Manager for College Recruiter. At College Recruiter, we believe every student and recent graduate deserves a great career. We create a great candidate and recruiter experience. Our interactive media solutions connect students and grads to great careers. Today I'm here with Stephen Rothberg, the president and founder of College Recruiter. And Stephen is going to share with us his top 5 tips for hiring great interns.
Thanks, Bethany. So one of the things that we see that a lot of employers can do a lot better at is their job descriptions. A job description is different than a job posting ad. We totally get that a job description, especially for a big organization, government agency, whatever, it needs to be thousands of words long and talk about like your duties may be changed by your manager, blah, 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 like that ever couldn't be the case. We get that, but a job posting ad is different. Job posting ad should be short and it should be sweet. It should help the candidate understand who you are, what you do, what your industry is like. So spend some time and write a compelling and clear job description. The goal of that job posting ad, rather, is to get the candidate to either say, I'm not qualified or not interested, and opt out so they don't even bug you and they don't waste their own time. And it's also to get the ones who are qualified and should be applying to convince them to apply and apply right now. It's a sales document. Later on, you can tell them about all the different requirements and preferences that you might very reasonably have. Number 2, be sure you need to embrace the training that you're going to need to provide to interns, or even if you're hiring a recent grad. We need to remember these are entry-level positions. By definition, that means they don't have experience. By definition, that means we need to provide them with that experience. They're going to need more training. So if you want to hire somebody who can hit the ground running, hire someone with experience. If you want to hire somebody who's going to grow with you, who's going to have probably the passion and education and kind of the raw talent, then absolutely, let's talk about interns and recent grads. Number 3, meaningful work. You know, it used to be the cliche that interns basically worked in the mailroom and got coffee. Unfortunately, that's pretty much gone away. But meaningful work does not necessarily mean that the work has to be interesting. And I think that some employers make that mistake. They think that their internship program needs to be something that's super entertaining and that the interns are going to be having an awesome time every minute of every day, and it's just not the case. We all have things in our jobs that we don't like to do. We all have things that are boring, uninteresting, that just don't fit well with what we want, and let's deal with that. You want to give your interns a realistic picture of what it's like to work for your company, because the last thing you want is for them to have an awesome time in the 3 months with your company, come to work with you upon graduation, and them finding out that you're not the company they thought you were, and they leave you after 3 months. So give them a meaningful, realistic picture of what it would be like to work for you. Also, feedback. The more you can provide, the better. Some employers that we work with literally want their managers to be providing at least one piece of tangible feedback to each of their interns every single day. That's a pretty tall order, I think, but if you're interacting a lot with your interns, I think that's just going to happen with normal conversation. They come to you with a project, you say, hey, that's really great, but I think you need to work on this, this, and this. That's feedback. You don't have to write a formal report, file it in their personnel file. You don't have to document it and be sending emails and copying HR on it. Just talking to them and telling them what they're doing well, what they're not doing well. That is incredible feedback that they're going to want. But at least do that weekly if you can't do that daily. Finally, more than anything else, if you just kind of consider the internship to be a temp-to-perm relationship, that will drive a lot of your decisions. Do not look at interns as cheap hires, temporary labor, that you're just going to have them working for you for a month or 2 months or 3 months. If you think of them as temp-to-perm, employees, where hopefully if they're happy and you're happy, that they'll become full-time permanent employees upon graduation, that almost everything else is going to work out well. If you do not hire that student to work for you permanently upon graduation, then they should look at the internship as a failure, and so should you. Those are my tips.
Thanks, Stephen. Great tips. You can find out more about how to work well with your interns at collegerecruiter.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter at Entry Level Jobs.